If you ask me right now, what's the best phone available right now? I would say the iPhone 7 Plus. But wait, aren't you forgetting about the Samsung S8? Well, about that. When the S8 came out, I thought that was easily the best phone on the market. The S8 had the beautiful infinity display, wrap around the edges, a good camera, all the new stuff in it, right? I mean, especially since the iPhone 7 was 6 months old, the S8 should be the lead of its pack. But I have changed my mind. I'm gonna give you some of my reasons why the iPhone 7 Plus is the best phone you can buy right now. And just starting off, I have a lot of reasons why the iPhone 7 Plus is better than any phone out there. And I'm really gonna compare it to the S8 because any other phone is really just like a joke. Google Pixel, a joke, LG G6, to get out of here, OnePlus 5, no stop. The only competitor is the S8. The iPhone 7 Plus has dual cameras. And what that dual camera allows for is two different things. First, it allows for you to zoom optically, which means is that you zoom in without losing any quality up to 2 times. The S8 does not have that. The S8 only has digital zoom, which is much worse. The other thing that the dual camera allows for is portrait mode. The iPhone 7 Plus has portrait mode, which allows for the subject to be in clear cut focus and for the background to be blurred out. But the S8 does have that, but it is not as nice and clear cut as the iPhone 7 Plus. Another feature that the S8 doesn't have is stereo speakers. The S8 only has one single speaker, and that's right next to the USB-C port. And that single speaker does not really sound well compared to the 7 Plus, which has 2 different speakers, one in the earpiece and one right next to the lightning port on the bottom of the phone. This is a great feature that really no one asks for. Helpful when you're showing a video to a group of friends and they can barely hear it on the S8, but on the 7 Plus, it's nice, clear, and loud. Good job, Apple. I'm gonna start numbering these because it's a lot of features. Number 3 is a fingerprint scanner they could actually reach. On the 7 Plus, the fingerprint scanner is on the front of the phone, right at the bottom, so you can easily reach it. But on the S8, it's at the most awkward position possible. It's on the top right of the phone. So you have to reach your finger all the way there just to use it. And quite frankly, some people don't even use the fingerprint scanner anymore because it's such an awkward position. But in the iPhone 7 Plus, it's perfect. Number 4 is that the iPhone 7 Plus has a flat display and the S8 has a curved display. You might be wondering, how is that an advantage to the iPhone 7 Plus? And I'll tell you why right now. If you ever had an S8, I feel like those edges are just unnecessary. They're kind of gimmicky. There's really no use to having those edges curved unless you want to make the phone look better. Whenever I play around with the S8, the edges don't really feel good. I just rather have the aluminum curve, but the screen to stay flat. I think that's a much better experience when you're watching a video or scrolling through Instagram. The edge is kind of unnecessary. Number 6 is that the iPhone 7 Plus does not have any unnecessary buttons. The S8 has its own button for Bixby. Why? No one wanted a button for Bixby. Okay, I would understand if you could remap the button to pull up whatever you want, like the camera, or pull up an app like Instagram or Snapchat or YouTube or whatever. But Samsung has locked it down to only being a Bixby button. The 7 Plus doesn't have any unnecessary buttons, while the S8 has one completely unnecessary button for a personal assistant. The general public doesn't even really use digital assistants anymore, or really ever. It's just there as a little feature that's nice, but you don't need its own Siri button. That would just be crazy. The S8 has its own smart assistant button. That's just completely unnecessary. Number 7 is that the iPhone 7's back is completely aluminum, while the S8's back is glass. You know what that means when it's glass is that it can crack. So that's right, the back of the S8 can crack. The back of the 7 Plus can't crack because it's aluminum. It's a metal. The metal doesn't crack, but glass sure does. And if you drop your S8, not only do you have to deal with the front, you also have to deal with the back of glass crack. That's not good at all. You do not want that. The 7 Plus has the option that you don't have to worry about the back when you drop the phone. You only have to worry about the front. And here's the biggest reason of them all, is that the S8 runs Android and not iOS. I know I don't have to get into reasons why iOS is better, but trust me, iOS is just simple, it runs great, it has the great Apple ecosystem surrounding it, like AirPods, Apple Watch, MacBook Pro, iPad, has a whole ecosystem behind it. The S8 just has phones and refrigerators. Not really a great ecosystem. And my last reason is that the iPhone 7 Plus comes in product red. The S8, as far as I know, doesn't come in a red option one bit. And if I ever got an iPhone 7 Plus, I would get that in product red because that product red looks amazing. And the S8 doesn't have product red. Like, why doesn't it have product red? I do not understand that. I'm sure there's more reasons why the iPhone 7 Plus is better than the S8. Oh, I can think of one. It doesn't explode. Let's say when it came out, I thought it was like the best phone by far, but I have changed my mind completely. The iPhone 7 Plus is still the best phone you could buy, even though it's what, like 10 months old now? If the S8 isn't even the best phone out there right now, and it was just released 5 months ago, and Apple's gonna refresh your phone in 2 months, Samsung's in trouble. I'd love to hear your thoughts on why the iPhone 7 Plus is better than the S8 in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.